Hello, hello. Everybody hear me? How's everybody doing tonight? Uh, you don't know me. My name is Mark, Rewritten Path. Uh, it's been probably about 2 weeks since the last time I hopped on live by myself and just read some of my new stuff. And figured no time like now. So uh, about maybe 15, 20 minutes. I got like four pieces pulled up. I was just going to read through them. Got any comments? Feel free to throw them in there. If it sucks, tell me. Whatever. Just let me know. I'll read a few from this week, and then I'm gonna end on one that I wrote last month. Uh, First one's short, not two dimensional. Most people don't want the whole of you; they want the flat version, the single image they could tape to the wall and point at when your name comes up. That's him, they'll say. That's what he is. Jailbird, ex-contractor, divorcee, writer. Pick a card, any card. Problem is, I don't fit on the card. Whitman said it plain. I contain multitudes. He wasn't bragging. He was warning. A man who's lived enough can't be pressed into a single frame. You can hang my mugshot on the wall, but that photo won't show you the kid who believed his mom had left the Power Wheels truck at Mamaw's house, or the father humming under his breath while his daughter fell asleep. You can point to the court record, but it won't show you how I survived the dungeon because one man vouched for me, or how I found my footing in the quiet of scripture, scratched in the center block walls. People want things flat because it's tidy. You can fold up a two-dimensional story and put it in your back pocket. But life doesn't print that way. It cuts deep. It stacks layer on layer, like paint on a door that's been opened and closed 1,000 times. Every scrape, every color still shows if you look close enough. I've been the man with the blood on the bathroom floor and the man carrying groceries for the neighbor too old to live them. I've been the steady hands on a construction site and the shaking ones chained and booking. I've been the voice that told a woman she wasn't crazy and the voice that told a judge that I was guilty. Two dimensions can't hold that. Truth is, I am contradictions soldered together, gentle and violent, broken and steady, haunted and hopeful. I'm the silence of a prison dorm after lights out and the noise of a little giggling at bedtime. I'm the old scar that still burns when the weather shifts. I'm the same man who once ran from everything and now won't stop writing everything down. So flatten me if you need to. It's easier. Say I'm just another cautionary tale or another redemption story. Pick your frame, pick your headline, but don't lie to yourself thinking that's all there is. I am a book, not a page, and I'm still being rewritten. Second one, I refuse to die in the basement. Most of my life vibrated low, not metaphorically. I mean, the hum in my bones was heavy, thick, basement level stuff. Shame, fear, anger, that constant static of survival mode. I didn't even know if there were higher floors in the building. People say raise your vibration like it's a yoga retreat. I didn't have incense. I had a nice scar and a rap sheet and a daughter watching me to see if her father was going to collapse or collide. That was my starting point. And here's what I know now. You could build a whole new life by refusing to keep humming on the old same frequency. The first time I stumbled on a Neville Goddard, I almost laughed. Live in the end. Imagine the wish fulfilled. It sounded like some polite parlor trick for rich people with vision boards. I didn't want a vision, just wanted my life back. But here's what broke me open. I realized I'd already been living Neville's Law, but in reverse. I had been imagining betrayal, collapse, prison cells, blood on bathroom tiles. I rehearsed those images so relentlessly that they hardened their reality. And the world just mirrored back the script I kept handing it. So I thought, if I can imagine myself into hell, why not try and imagine myself into something higher? At first, it feels stupid. Standing in my kitchen, picturing a version of myself who wasn't broke, who wasn't defined by scars, who wasn't writing words that traveled further than I ever thought could. My body rejected it. My chest tightened. My mind screamed liar. But Neville said, imagination is the only reality. And I decided to test him the way a man drowning tests whether a rope will hold. I pictured the life anyways, over and over. I pictured my daughter laughing in a house full of light instead of shadows. I pictured mornings without dread. I pictured readers, thousands of them, hearing my voice like a mirror. And slowly, almost against my will, the vibration shifted. Pain hums at a certain pitch. So does survival. You can feel it in your chest when you wake up. It's heavy, flat, like static that never ends. But gratitude hums higher. So does creation, and so does love. Raising vibration isn't about faking happiness. It's about refusing to replay the same basement notes when you know there's a whole new choir upstairs. I had to untrain myself. Stop narrating collapse. Stop feeding the story of I'm doomed. Each time I caught the old hum, I'd flip it. No, the man I want to be already exists. I'm just catching up to him now. That's what Neville meant by living in the end. The scar on my back hums low when I touch it, but it also points me up. It says, never again. Don't settle for the basement. Don't build your daughter's future in the shadows. The mugshot still floats around online, but it no longer drags me down. It's proof. Proof that the old vibration killed me once, and proof that I came back with a louder song. Every failure is a frequency checkpoint. You can stay there or you can climb. The first fruit came small. A stranger emailed me to say my words kept him alive one more night. I had pictured that exact moment. Someone reading, someone breathing because of my scars turned into sentences. Then came bigger proof. Unexpected money when I needed it. Opportunities that looked like accidents but weren't. Peace that lingered longer each time until wasn't an accident at all. The outer world bent to the inner rehearsal. I don't beg for the scraps anymore. I don't pray like a beggar. I embody the end. Not, I hope to be free. I walk like I'm already free. Not, I wish for peace. I breathe like peace is the only air left. And not, I want abundance. I move like I already have more than enough to spill over. The world doesn't argue, it mirrors. This isn't self help. This isn't candles and soft music. It's a survival flipped inside out. I used to die in the basement every day. Now I refuse. The invitation is simple. Raise it. Whatever weight you've been dragging, whatever low note you've been vibrating on, lift it. Imagine the end and walk like it's already there. Because if the basement can kill you, the higher floors can resurrect you. And I refuse to imagine anything less than the life I know I deserve. Excuse me, more than a struggle with death. Say, bro. All right. Um, think. Yeah. So I'm gonna end it on this piece right here. Might hop back on a little later and read a little more. Uh, but this is one I wrote last month. It's called "The Ghost I Left on the Bathroom Floor." I was alive, but I wasn't living. Dead, but breathing. That's what I was back then. Heroin for breakfast, whiskey before noon, cigarettes for dinner, ashes falling on my shirt like snow from a fire I couldn't put out. I didn't eat meals. I ate silence. I ate rage. I ate the kind of loneliness that tastes like blood when it splits your lip. My body walked rooms my soul had already left. Eyes open, heart closed, humming with static so loud I couldn't hear God, couldn't hear love, couldn't hear anything but the echo of my own collapse. And then there was the night on the bathroom floor, the night I overdosed, and the air left me like it had better places to be. Cold tile pressed against my cheek, My skin was slick, but the floor was steady. The only steady thing in the whole damn room. I was breathing like a fish out of water, mouth opening and closing, opening again, dragging in half breath, gasping like maybe oxygen was the thing I could bargain for. Like maybe the air would show me mercy if I begged it right. But it didn't. It just hung there, mocking me, watching me twitch and fold and fade. I remember my hands clawing at nothing, nails scratching porcelain, knuckles banging the base of the sink like I was trying to break through to somewhere else. My chest locked up, a fist squeezing my lungs so tight it felt holy. But there was no holiness here, only a kind of death that comes slow. So slow, you have time to hate yourself in the middle of it. I wanted it to end. I wanted death to finally show up and close the curtain. Not because I was brave and not because I was ready, but because I was tired. Tired of chasing veins, tired of waking up sick, tired of being owned by a needle that whispered louder than God ever did. I wanted death the way a drowning man wants water to fill his lungs, not for peace, but for relief. And yet somehow I kept breathing. Ugly, broken, fish out of water gas. Not because I wanted to, but because the body doesn't always ask permission. I was alive, but I was already a ghost. A body shaking on the bathroom floor no one would walk into. A man who had already written his name on the gravestone. A version of me that died right there in the silence. And still, somehow, I crawled out, sweating, broken, heavy as sin, but alive. Alive enough to hate myself in the morning. Alive enough to find that needle again. Because that's what the cycle does. It kills you in pieces. It lets you rise just enough to fall harder the next time. There was a version of me that died too early. The one on that floor. The one who believed silence was safer than truth. The one who thought disappearing would hurt less than staying. The one who begged for death and meant it. And sometimes at night, I still hear him knocking on the walls of my chest, dragging chains down the hallway in my ribs, asking if I remember, asking if I care. I do. I always will. Because he was me. The me you'll never meet. The me that I had to bury just to keep walking. I buried him. But burials don't mean endings. They just mean hauntings. I still walk with a shadow trailing me. I still smell the smoke. Still taste the metal on my tongue. I still feel the static under my skin when the room goes too quiet. And maybe that's the truth nobody wants to say. When you survive yourself, you don't come back clean. You don't come back new. You come back marked, split, scarred, breathing heavy. Come back with ghosts that live inside your bones. You carry the funeral in your chest, the eulogy on your tongue. You carry the version of you that didn't make it. Like a second pulse that would never go still. And that's why I'm here writing this. To tell you survival isn't just proof. It's haunting. It's a mirror that keeps asking, why you? It's a reminder that the version of you that died too early still breathes through the cracks, still reaches out from the coffin you dug inside yourself, still knocks at night when no one else is listening. I buried him, but I never stopped hearing him. Maybe I never will. All right, guys. Well, that's the end of that one. So I might hop back on in a little bit. I had 3 or 4 other ones I wanted to read, but time kind of ran short on me. So, see another notification pop up. You want to stop in, please stop in. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you like it. Thanks, guys. Peace.